Hey guys, this is Lou. Today's video is kind of a cool video, but it has to do with first appearances that you could still get in the wild, not from Marvel or DC. Stay tuned. Okay, so as described, I'm going to go through 10 books that are really cool first appearances that I truly believe you can still find in the wild. And I have a few of these, and I'll explain to you how I found them, how I got them. But they're really cool books. They are first appearances that you may not have thought about being valuable, but you might want to have in your collection. If you like first appearances, if you like when certain obscure characters pop up, then this video might be for you. One note, there are no Marvel and no DC. So these are other companies, and I'm not doing Grail books. I'm not doing anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. These are books that I think the highest price here that I have, well, I won't go through the prices yet, but these are books that you can still find that have really nice value and very particular first appearances that you don't find in every collection. So let's go through. Let's go with the first one. This book was on my is on my list for my wish list for 2023, and I got this book, and I'll tell you exactly how I got it. This is Life with Archie number 41. Now, some of you may know what this is, some of you may not. Life with Archie number 41, believe it or not, is the first appearance of Godzilla and Mothra in comics. Now, they're not part of the story. They're on the first page. As soon as you open it, a great first page. I'll put a picture here. And it turns out that it's a movie that Archie and his friends are watching. Okay? But this is the first appearance of Godzilla and Mothra. Very, very cool. They're not named. They're not named, which I'm surprised they got away with that. But they're clearly Godzilla and Mothra. I got this book on eBay. Now, you can probably do this for yourself. If you put in Life with Archie 41 on eBay, you're gonna get a hit, a lot of hits. They have these books for sale. They range from, like, I don't know, 50 to 60 bucks, maybe something like that. But I got mine for $50 that was the shipping included, but it was part of a lot of Life with Archie books. And there was also another key in that lot, which was Archie for the first time as, who's that superhero? Archie Pureheart or something like that. So I got two keys plus a bunch of other older Life with Archie books for 50 bucks. And I got one of not my Grail books, but my wish list books. So try that out. Don't look at the book individually. Look for it grouped in with other similar books, which I'm sure you already do. But these are just some other types of first appearances that you guys can look for. This next one, this is really cool. So this is 4-color 16. Now, this is the oldest book on the list. And if you know this book, you know that this is the first appearance of Mickey Mouse. Very, very cool. How did I get it? Well, I was looking up on eBay. This is years ago. I was looking up old Walt Disney's comics and stories. I wanted to try to get those. So I come across this lot. I believe there were 9 old Walt Disney comics and stories, but they were in really bad condition. This book was mixed in with them. So I put a watch on it, and I came back to it, and it wasn't that much money. But then toward the end, of course, it popped, and I think I paid for the lot. For the lot, I paid $30. Okay, so I was very excited to get this book because if this book was even in mid-grade, that was a score and a half. Well, this book was not in mid-grade. This book was trashed to the point where I made a huge mistake. Took the book and I submitted it for restoration because it was just falling apart. I just should have sent it into CGC as is and gotten the 0.5 because I had it submitted for restoration and it went through all this restorative practice. They of course it was the press and clean. There was inner tape and then pages were reinforced, whatever the case may be. And it came out graded as a 1.8. So I have a 4-color 16 and a 1.8. Look, I'm very happy with it. it's worth much more than, what I paid for the group, but not that much. Now, this book, in the lowest of grades, you could probably get for $1,000. It will cost you that much. If you want to go higher grades, then you're talking crazy money. It's crazy money, 60, 70,000 for a high grade. And there aren't a lot of them. There aren't a lot out there. I didn't do a CGC census on this one, or any of them. I just put some prices down. But this particular book is very desirable. People want this book, but there are not a lot of them. So, but I really feel that if you look long and hard, and you know what, when you go out to flea markets and they have a bunch of old books, maybe, who knows, you'll get lucky. All right, next one. This is The Adventures of MGM's Lassie, #1. This was actually a dog food giveaway. Okay, they gave this away free with, I guess, dog food purchases or at the supermarket or whatever. So how did I get this one? This one, I bought a long box of Dell books that were described as mid to high grade condition, which they were. They weren't the best books in the world, but this book was really in great condition. I sent it in, it came back a 9.2. I was very happy with that. You can get this book for about $200, but this is the first appearance of Lassie in comics. And Lassie appeared in many comics afterwards, but this is the first appearance. So if you're interested in nostalgic books, this is a great one to get. #4. Bugs Bunny Christmas Funnies #7. Now, this is probably the only one on the list that you might have an issue finding in the wild. But this is the first appearance of Speedy Gonzales. Now, I know Speedy Gonzales is a controversial character today, and I understand that. But for the sake of comic history, this is the first appearance, and if you're interested in this, it can run you, I didn't even put a price on this. I don't even know how much it goes for. But while it would be difficult to find in the wild, I still feel that bunched in with other Bugs Bunny books, you might be able to find this. So go online, go onto eBay, or go into other auctions and just see a Bugs Bunny vintage lot. See what pops up. It might be nestled in there. You never know. Okay, #5. This one I got by accident. Looney Tunes #240. First appearance of Pepe Le Pew. Not an expensive book, $30-$40. Let's just get that out of the way. But this one I got with, I bought a lot of Silver Age, Dell, Archie, and so forth. There were about 8 Looney Tunes books, and this was one of the 8. So that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes these keys are nicely nestled into other books that are very similar. But not a fantastic book, but a cool book to have. First appearance of Pepe Le Pew. And sticking with the Looney Tunes and the Warner Brothers. #6. 4-color number 918. This is the first Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. I would love to have this book. I don't have it. I would love to have this book just to say I have the first Roadrunner. Kind of cool. Looks like a newer book, but it's not. It's a later 4-color number. Numbering of 4-color went to, was it 1300, something like that? So 918, but cool book to have. And again, buy a bunch of 4-color books, it may be nestled in there. 4-color had an amazing amount of keys. If you're on your 4-color run, which I applaud you if you are, they had a lot of key issues in there. And this might be nestled into a lot that you might find at an auction. Okay, #7. Couple of Archies now. Archie's Pals and Gals #23. This is the first Josie from Josie and the Pussycats. And this goes for, by the way, the Bugs Bunny, Wile E. Coyote, about $100 on average, just so you know. This Josie goes for about double that. Probably in lower, I don't know, about mid-grade. Probably lower grade, $200. This is a very desirable book, but still something I believe you can find in an Archie lot. There are so many Archie lots on eBay. And like I said, I got 2 keys in an Archie lot. Now, the guy knew they were keys when I bought the Life with Archie 41, but still, there are a lot of keys. People just don't care. They throw them on, bunch of Archie books, old books, and they put them on, see what happens. It's your job as a comic collector to really investigate all those little lots and see what's in there. You might find this one. All right, next one. This is a big one. This is Archie's Madhouse number 22. Excuse me. First appearance of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. This is an older book and tends to stand out more than these other ones that will blend in with other books. I understand that. I still feel it can be found in a lot of books. And I don't mean a lot like an abundance, a lot of books. So again, due diligence here. When you're going through to a flea market, look through them. Put these. Don't rely so much on Key Collector. They're great, but have a physical list ready. Have a physical list ready, because you know when you get there and you're going through books, and there are all these scattered titles. My goodness, you have to remember thousands of key issues to know what you're going to pick up. But if you're looking for these specifically and you have them on the list in your hand, it might be a little bit easier to find what you're looking for and find these really cool books. Okay, 2 more. Number 9, Adventures into the Unknown, number 79. Anybody have any idea? I'll give you a hint. We started this list with the first appearance of Godzilla. What's this first appearance? That's right, King Kong. This is the first appearance of King Kong in comic books. It goes for about 100 to 150 mid-grade, but this is a great book to have. Now, I will make a note. Mad Magazine number 5 predates this, and it does have a parody of King Kong, but apparently that doesn't count as, is it canon, or doesn't count as an official appearance by the character, which I don't know why. The character is appearing, you know who it is, they're in multiple panels, it should be their first appearance. That's for another story. And then the last one, and that one, there's a price, I told you, 150 mid-grade, somewhere around there. The last one on the list, I was thinking, what other obscure character could we look up? And I thought to myself, you know what? Are there issues that have James Bond? And there are. So the first appearance of James Bond in a comic book is Classics Illustrated number 158, the first appearance of James Bond in Dr. No. Great book to have, and this one, I believe, probably more than any other book on the list, is one that can blend in with other books. It's got a very, very drab cover. It's very subdued. I really feel like you can find this book in a lot of others. So let me know what you think. I mean, these are really cool books, and this is on my list of books to get. And when I'm out there looking, I'll keep an eye out and go through those lots and maybe go to auctions and buy the box. And I don't like to look through boxes too much. I like to be surprised when I buy lots of long boxes of books and short boxes. Not a great practice. I've gotten really clipped with that skill. But all in all,